recording, that'd be awesome. Fantastic. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, no matter where you are in the world. Welcome. I hope you are safe and happy and warm. You know, it's raining where I am, like absolutely pouring. So I would like to now bring you into this webinar. Welcome. My name is Maria Hopwood-Jones. I'm an ASEA Diamond executive from Sydney, Australia. Today's webinar will be in three sections. We'll have the ASEA Breakthrough with Stevie. Then we'll hear about a wonderful guest speaker. And then section number 3, we're going to explore the possibilities that ASEA as a company represents to you and I and to humanity. So first of all, let me bring in Stevie Aquilina now. I found a quote, and this actually describes Stevie to a T. Every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. Sylvester Stallone. Our beautiful Stevie has been an independent master since the tender age of 15. He's got a wealth of life experience in business and also in life. He now lives in Queensland, Australia, with his beautiful wife and very good-looking 4 boys. 5 years ago, they made the best decision ever to start their ASEA business. Now, Steve and Sarah are high-profile leaders and very passionate about enhancing people's life and are 100% committed to ASEA's mission to better people's life and be a force for good in the world. I'd like to welcome my wonderful friend, Stevie Aquilina, to the webinar.
Hey, Maria, that was Rocky. That's one of my inspirations growing up. Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. What a story he's got. So you're too kind to sort of describe me that way. He's got an incredible story. I highly recommend everyone go and probably hear Tony Robbins tell Sylvester Stallone's story the best. It's well worth a watch, but I digress. Maria, you're an amazing woman and an exceptional leader, an incredible friend and ball of energy, enthusiasm and sincerity. And I know your heart is very, very sincere, beating in time with the mission of this company, which is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And I should be giving you an introduction because of your, being an illustrious leader. But thank you very much for being here and always having my back as a mate and looking after us here. Appreciate you. All right, folks, let's jump straight into this. The reason that we're here, which is to introduce this incredible breakthrough with you. And for those of you who were on the previous call, I hope and I'm humbled to be able to carry on this call and bring and carry on the justice that our great leaders, just demonstrated of this incredible breakthrough and opportunity we're going to go into. So as Maria said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you didn't tell by her introduction or you didn't pick it up in my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia, and we're originally from Sydney. But now we live on the Gold Coast of Australia, and that was a dream come true when we can make that happen. It really was. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We absolutely love it. And I'm very blessed and very, very grateful. Now, I have an income, time and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken us to many parts of the world that once upon a time way too far out of our reach, quite frankly, because the good vibes and good times, it's not always been the case. Now, I was a difficult child, a weird child, an awkward child to parent in school and bring up. And I never made the grades. I was often told I was stupid and useless on a daily basis, in fact. And I guessed along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, I kind of figured out you start to believe it. And so later on, I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And to be honest, with that kind of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. The PG version is I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. And for over a decade, I was a very dumb, but hey, very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. That was King's Cross, for anyone who's familiar with Sydney, Australia. They now make television shows about it, right? Look, I was a daydreamer, but I certainly was I was not a daydream believer. What I mean by that is I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. Really what it was about for me, to be honest, was about giving more, doing more. But I had little self-esteem, little sense of self-worth, little self-confidence. So I'd done little with my life, had little to give. Now, physically, I should say, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, even to right now. But back then I had health troubles. You wouldn't have known it looking at me, but I had an autoimmune disorder. I had inflammatory issues right throughout my body. severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life, and lots of bad injuries from pretty hardcore martial arts, to tell you the truth. Now, financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. I've been behind. I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol, if I can even afford that. And sometimes the kids had to have a sickie from school. I've not been able to make the rent, and I've been evicted, and I mean embarrassingly broke. This has happened to me more than once. Now, I always believed in possibilities, but I doubted my potential. And so that, with that kind of contradiction and confusion and uncertainty, I was just left unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and just unable to be who I really wanted to be. Now, here's some fortunate things that have happened in my life. First and foremost, I met the girl of my dreams. And when I saw her right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. Now, she believed in me and always told me that I was more. We've been together for over 14 years now, married for 10 of those. And daily basis, she tells me that I am more. And I figured out again, when you're told something often enough, right? Now, something else that's very fortunate that's happened to me, other than my marriage and other than our 4 beautiful sons. Second, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, opportunity, and training. Now, the company leaders are extremely not just successful, but ethical people. And they believed in me too, long before I could, and taught me how to, more importantly, how to believe and become more. And so today, now, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, but I have the honor of helping others solve them now too, because of this life-changing breakthrough. And instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, and uncertain, and unsure, and scared, I now have the ability to believe and become more. I have the ability, most importantly, to give more, because this company's training, ethos, and culture has shown me a life-changing better way. And now I really want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing more than bettering people's lives, or doing nothing less, I should say, than bettering people's lives in any one of these life-changing ways too. So let's jump straight into what this tremendous breakthrough is. What I'm going to share with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. You don't need to take my word for it. It's medical experts that say this. They say this is a very, very, very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. And it's a miracle that when you consider, for 2 decades, science had declared that this breakthrough was impossible. Now, today, this breakthrough is known to have enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, real studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, and any health goals, challenges, problems, or concerns you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it all shut down, but I'll explain more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be absolutely crystal clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. And I mean well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you may already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and category creating, a real deal healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're made within your body. They're in you right now. They are native to your body. And they are your cellular messengers that affect your cells and cell-to-cells communication, and therefore your cells and your cell-to-cell operation. And I mean everything, all the way down to your genetic expressions, in a very positive way. Now, in explaining this, let me say that redox signaling is a remarkable process, because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. That is how your body regenerates its own tissue. Like I said, heal itself. Now, furthermore, redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Look, bottom line is this: redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing like they should at optimal levels. Now, why is this all so important? Because we are all made entirely of cells. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. So healthy balances of redox signaling molecules makes healthy cells, which makes a healthy body, and that makes for a healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of all of our normal physiology. And I mean all of our body's major systems, whether it's biochemical or physiological, all of our processes in our body critically depend on redox signaling. Critically. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, then why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy. You notice that? How they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next day? And then they're ready to do it all over again, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made, yes, but also natural, our cells break down. And our cell's ability, or our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules also breaks down. And so we're not making as many of these molecules anymore. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing processes that we've just previously discussed, all of that becomes slow. And our cells break down more and more. And it's a vicious cycle that leads to a breakdown in our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities, world-leading laboratories, and they allow these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. Now, ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science because redox biochemistry is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule, there have now since been multiple signaling molecules discovered with multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see there well over 33,000 results. Now, there are also more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling, and this slide is already way out of date because it's very difficult to keep up with this one. There's around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. So according to medical researchers, and as reported in the Huffington Post, which specifically wrote about in this article that I'm showing you, so wrote about ASEA in this article, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And you know what? There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA, outside of all of this, we are already light years ahead. Now, ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates, as we've discussed, to health at its most foundational level. And here's just one example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas. No, it doesn't stop there, but in also dozens of additional genetic pathways that we just don't have the time to discuss right now. Moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, this is important, bear with me. The head professor, for example, of this university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, why is that significant? because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress, and ASEA significantly reduces that stress. Now, on top of that, from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Remember, redox signaling molecules are native to your body because they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and healthier. So if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young again, if you have the very, very, very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Again, you don't need to take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors now. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28, our Redox gel, and our intensive Redox serum. They're the two products on the right. Now, these Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary and all natural ingredients products, which are our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. That's the two products on the left. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are actually worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age-reversing results. In these pictures, you're going to see lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks. Inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. For young people too, being rejuvenated, improving the quality of life. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now this is Rosie. The dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. In fact, Rosie believed that the products were not doing anything. She said they weren't working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here in the pictures. Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. But Rosie missed the moment by moment changes by not taking pictures, and you may miss them too. So please take pictures. That's how you see how ASEA goes. And for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Now, some people will notice a result in a reasonable amount of time, 7 weeks like Rosie, others in less, like 7 days. And some people can even have an experience in around about, give or take, 7 minutes. But some people need to use it for several months. They need to apply more product, time, and patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, right? What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you, as they are in me and animals and plants. They're all the same as they are in bottles of ASEA, proven by scientific studies outside of the company. And those studies show that ASEA Redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And what a difference, right? What a difference. Now, it's not just for your face, as you can see here on a person's arm, hand, and belly. Here's pictures of more bellies. And here's some pictures of some buttocks. You can use Renew 28, buttocks, thighs, all over your body. And these pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. And so these scientists set upon very strict studies to see if there was any truth to these stories. And what they found after just 12 weeks is that there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite, with skin elasticity coming back 20.9% after just 12 weeks. But when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover what the real reason was that there was this reduction in cellulite, they saw the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, and not just for visibly younger looking skin. That's good, but for actual healthier skin, that's even better. And Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin, it goes much deeper than that. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate it. Give it a score of 1 to 10, 10 being the maximum discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times. Put it on 3 times on that spot within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. So after speaking a little bit about what this breakthrough is and showing you some of the results, at least from the outside, let's go back in, because imagine if this breakthrough technology is giving you those pictures and effects on the outside. Could you imagine what this breakthrough technology would be doing on the inside? And one of the best stories in the world and best people in the world to describe that to you is this next gentleman that's going to jump on the call. So I'll hand it back to you, Maria, so we can give him a very deserving introduction.
Hi, Stevie. Thanks so much. That was just a fantastic presentation. Thoroughly enjoyed. I always do, and there's always something new in your presentation, which is really, really cool. I hope you guys are taking lots of notes so you can take back to your uplines or your associates or new people. Now, our next speaker is a very, very dear friend and mentor to all of us, I'm sure, and to many of you on the call today. Dan and Suzanne are now seasoned world travelers, sharing the gift of ASEA. Dan has achieved the rank of #3 in ASEA as an ambassador Triple Diamond, and is also a member of the $1 Million Club. He's got a wealth of experience in building businesses all over the world, and he's also a global authority in Redox technology and cellular health. His mission is to get this life-changing health breakthrough to the world. However, in a very far, far away time, Dan built and sold a wide range of traditional business and was tremendously successful in his own right. However, life's fluid, and sometimes we're tested, not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strength and greatness in ourselves and in others. Dan's life was tested, and his courage and heart is now measured by how he faced that challenge, by how quickly he overcame it, and what it meant to him and those around him. Dan, I saw this on your Facebook and I thought of you immediately because it is you. Get up every morning and tell yourself, I can do this. And I think we're all going to get a lot of knowledge from you. So we'd love to hear your story and see how you overcame that huge challenge that was just around the corner when the world seemed so rosy. Dan, welcome to our webinar. We truly appreciate your time and look forward to hearing your story and your vision for humanity in ASEA.
Thank you, Maria, and thank you for that, reiterating that quote off my Facebook. I do get up every morning like I'm in survival mode with what we've got and knowing that we have to get to as many people as possible. I'm listening to you on this call and I'm just thinking back several years when we first met and we had a coffee. And I remember that day where you said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a diamond in this business. And where are you now? But I believe that now you're diamond, this is just the beginning of where you're going, because I mean, you've helped a lot of people, but this is just the start for you. And as far as where you're going to go with us here, what you're going to achieve, it is literally just the beginning. We would be doing the people on this call an injustice if they didn't hear your story before mine. Is that okay?
Sure. Thanks, Dan. Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. My story began in April 2015. My husband and I retired, and we decided to do what retired people do, I guess, is to play around and do things that 15-year-olds do. That got really old and boring, and we decided to plan a trip. And as we were planning the trip, around about June 2015, Lee woke up one morning with a very distended, like quite large stomach, very hard, and this stuff all over his body. Now, obviously not knowing anything about health, because I'm not a doctor, don't have any medical background at all whatsoever, you think the worst. So we went on this huge research. So Lee took himself to the doctor, and I took myself to Dr. Google. So we just went through this incredible research, and we saw a lot of doctors, a lot of natural therapists, and none of the two models, the conventional medical model or the natural therapist model, was able to find a solution for what Lee was, his health, what his body was going through. We had no idea. Nobody could name it. Nobody could say anything. All we knew is that his belly was very hard. We didn't know what was going on in there. Nobody knew. And that his skin had all these conditions, and it was very uncomfortable, very itchy, very red, very weepy, and at times it bled. So I continued on my search with Dr. Google, as you do. And of course, I went to the right websites and I found ASEA. Now, after much research, I met Dan, and it's been an amazing story, but he said to me, this will really help Lee. And by the time I was talking to Dan, I was actually quite stressed because we hadn't slept for weeks. because of Lee's condition. And he said, no, this will help. He's got to do this and this. So he told me what to do. And within 4 days, so I'm talking to Dan on a Thursday morning. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, overnight. On the Sunday morning, so really 3.5 days, Lee got up from a night's sleep that he had for the very first time in weeks. And I'm talking about 10 weeks. And his skin was clean as a baby. It was just beautiful. His gut had gone down to his normal size. He's very fit. And it was just amazing. And there was at that time that I ran Dan, and with his encouragement, I made it my responsibility to share ASEA around the world. I aligned myself with ASEA. I learned the mission statement, and I just love it. It's now something that I live by, to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And along the way, unbeknown to me, I started getting thank you checks. So my life now, it's full of experiences, full of joy, full of, I'm very blessed that every time I talk to somebody, there's an enormous exchange of goodwill, love, and light, and we sort of share experiences. I'm able to share my experience, they share theirs, we connect, and we're able to do something with ASEA, which is a fabulous way to live your life. And that's where I'm at, and that's my story. It's very brief.
Thank you, Maria. That's awesome. Everybody needs to hear your story. You're an incredible leader. And obviously for the guys on the call that wants to obviously hear about the product, what the product can do, you've heard about that. But there is an incredible opportunity behind this, something that you really don't want to miss, something that I didn't take advantage of, I suppose. When I first heard about this, it was all about me. I was very selfish. I was in survival mode, going through a couple of serious challenges. You got to excuse me if there's any noise here. I'm actually spending some R&R with my wife Suzanne here in Panama at the moment, and we're in the Hilton Hotel Panama, and I'm downstairs, and there could be a little bit of noise coming past. It is Friday night. The Panamanians know how to party, and just to practice my Spanish a little bit for those in the US, Central and South America, buenas noches, and for you guys in Australia and Asia, buenas tardes. Great to be on the call, guys. Wouldn't miss this for the world, even while I'm having a break. Everybody needs to hear, well, my story, and that's what this is all about. We do tell stories, and they're real stories. They're true stories. We're not here to sell you anything or convince you to do anything. This is simply sharing our stories and information. We don't sell, we tell. If you're new to this call, somebody has handed you an incredible gift. Whatever you want to do with that gift is totally up to you. Hopefully we can provide the information for you to make a decision to open that gift, to experience what we have here, whether it be for your health, the health of a loved one, whether it be for more energy, vitality, anti-aging, or, as I said, the opportunity which we're going to talk about. I'm going to go through my story. Before I do, I just want to reiterate what Stevie said. Because this isn't a pharmaceutical product. This is a supplement. These products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But as you heard in Stevie's presentation, we have something absolutely incredible, that these amazing little molecules can signal your body to heal itself. And you're going to hear my journey from absolute health and thriving and doing well in business, to losing my health, to losing everything financially, to regaining my health with this incredible breakthrough. And the rest is history as far as the business and where we are in our lifestyle now. So my story goes back to Sydney, Australia. And growing up in Sydney, I was the guy that hated school. My parents made me go on to higher school education. Grew up in middle class. They had, the mum and dad, 3 jobs each, and they put us through private schools. But I didn't take advantage of their generosity. And I used to distract myself from school by playing sports, many sports: rugby, judo, gymnastics, aerobics, and this thing called bodybuilding. I actually started pumping iron at the age of 13 years old, and here I am at 24, nearly 11 years later, after I started using weights. And, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be a hero back then. I followed his path and journey in life, and I went into business, and this was my life, the health and fitness industry. I built many, many businesses in the health and fitness industry. I was a personal trainer, and I didn't realize at this time, but over the next 20 years, I became very good at building and selling traditional businesses, building from inception, growing those businesses, flipping them, and also building new businesses in the health and fitness industry, as you know, hospitality, security, and construction. Fast forward 20 years, and I never had anybody to teach me all this, or no mentors whatsoever. I never let school get in the way of a good education. Self-taught, probably a big regret. I wish I had somebody there to hold my hand, but a lot of lessons learned. But thank goodness, more successful than not, way more successful than not. Fast forward 20 years to the age 44, from 24. This is me, not a bodybuilder anymore, but I used to go to the gym every morning and do more cardiovascular work on a stationary bike, a stepper, treadmill. And I just wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be. I'm 54 this year, so 10 years on again. And I'm in pretty well in this shape. I really look after myself. And I didn't realize at this time that even though I was feeling good and looking good, I was actually really, really sick. And I didn't find out till a symptom come to the surface around about 6 months later in 2011. This is a photo of me 6 months after that last photo on the right-hand side with no hair from the top of my head to my toes. And I spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It was the worst experience of my life. And part of that experience, I literally didn't want to be here anymore. It was tough. It was really tough. And I really felt with what I went through, how children and the elderly could go through that type of situation. A friend of mine, Johnny Manor, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. Young Johnny here, 21 years old. He'd been through all those hospital visits that I had started here. He had what they considered was a good one. I had 2 of the bad ones. He was in remission here. He got through, but unfortunately after this photo was taken, his issue came back. He went back into hospital, started losing a lot of weight, lost all his hair, and unfortunately for Johnny, he didn't come out of that hospital. We lost him at the age of 23. At the end of my 2.5 years of what they put me through, my doctors told me, because I asked and I wanted it straight, literally to get your affairs in order. So literally what was going to happen to me, prognosis, wasn't good. It was literally going to be a worst case scenario eventually. I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, and that's something I highly recommend that everybody does now. Do not wait till you get sick. Make sure that you come in from absolutely everything, every single angle when it comes to your health. Exercise, nutrition, food, anything that you're putting in your body, especially these incredible redox signaling molecules that we're talking about today, and also take care of yourself spiritually and emotionally. So I changed my diet. I went on to an alkaline diet. I spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, and alkaline water from a lot of different network marketing companies around the world. Very hard pill to swallow because I was the guy, the negative guy that didn't believe in network marketing, and almost to the point where I wouldn't even buy products because I didn't believe in that business model. I can tell you things have changed. 10 years ago, if you came to me with Amway this way or that way, I would have definitely run the other way. So you would think with me looking after myself for a whole 2 years, with doing everything right by my body would have been heading in the right direction. I can tell you that wasn't the case. Take a look at me, 2 years looking after myself. This is now 2014. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. A friend of mine called me, Bart Cott, and said, I think I found something that can help. I called another friend, Mal Sword, skin challenge, major, for over 40 years, spent $100,000. Bart said, come to Salt Lake City, come and check out this product. We dropped everything. Mal and I flew to Salt Lake City, Utah, met Bart in the headquarters of the company called ASEA, the cellular health company, and long story short, we started on the product, the ASEA Redox cell signaling supplement. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach problem had gone away, a caffeine intolerance. And in 48 hours to 72 hours, I had so much lung damage from what they were doing and targeting in the 2.5 years in hospital that I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect. I went back to Australia. Do you think I kept drinking these molecules? Of course I did. Fast forward 1 year. This is the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away. They were turning into that crippling issue as we're getting older. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt from top to bottom in 2015. 1 year on this product. That was my journey back to health. How about the anti-aging? This is 3 years. 3 years taking ASEA, these amazing little molecules. I always like to go back to 2014 and then 2015 and then 2017, 3 years on the product. Because in every single photo, what you're seeing on the outside is a direct reflection of what was happening on the inside. What you're seeing here, my complexion, is a reflection of what was going on the inside. It's amazing. When we used to do physical presentations with this, we used to look at the crowd and we used to be able to tell who was on this product and who wasn't on this product. It's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing evolution to where we are today, tonight. I mean, it's been an amazing 6 years for me, for my wife, Suzanne, from 6 years ago, living in a van, almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps, to starting to share this with people after 5 months. And I can tell you the biggest regret that I have, that people normally have when it comes to ASEA, is not sharing this with others from day one. Because we know what this can do. It's scientifically impossible not to work. So don't deny people when you think to yourself, I'm just going to try it for myself, because other people are going to miss out on what you're experiencing, even though you may not know you're experiencing something or not. It is scientifically impossible for these molecules not to work. I would say that the business model behind ASEA saved my life. If it wasn't for the business model, I wouldn't have had the ability to share this incredible breakthrough with others. And in doing so, the company sent me thank you checks. Those thank you checks I invested back in my own health. I was able to saturate my body with more molecules, and the rest is history as far as my health. When it comes to where we are today, traveling, we're in Panama at the moment. We have no idea we're going to be next week or the week after, whether it be Costa Rica, Mexico, US, Australia. It's incredible having the ability to do what we want, when we want. And with that, I'm going to hand you over to Stevie Aquilina to finish this presentation and talk about the most incredible and compelling opportunity that I believe that you'll ever come across in your life. So thanks, Stevie. Over to you, mate.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Thanks very much, mate. And, I'll be eternally grateful to you because, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, at the start of the presentation, there are incredibly exceptional leaders here, both in success and in ethics. And Dan isn't just one of those, but Dan was the first one to take me in under his wing, believe in me, tell me that I was more, teach me how to believe, belong, and become more. And wouldn't be here without you, mate. So thank you internally. Thank you very, very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a historical fact. It is a universal truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity, right? And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. Life-changing. That's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. The ASEA Redox products are the world's first and only redox signaling supplements for two very, very simple reasons. First, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical atomic physicist, no one but he has figured out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it just can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, not in the bottle. So it really can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. Because nothing else in the world has redox signaling molecules in it. Therefore, nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because it is redox signaling molecules. Because redox works in every body. And because everybody needs redox, and because nothing in the body works as well, or at all, in fact, without redox, and because redox can't hurt anybody. And by the way, again, no other product can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, whatever it might be. It's not redox signaling molecules. And therefore, ASEA holds massive opportunities over and above and across all of these products and across all health science sectors. Healthcare wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, by the way. And again, no other product, no other company in the world has redox signaling molecules. Nothing else can work as well, and nothing else in the body can work without it. And so ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream, an exceptional opportunity to make a significant difference in people's lives. And that's really our mission, to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. Now, what we do is not complicated. First, we share Redox, we share ASEA, we share this breakthrough with others. We personally share ASEA with customers. We also grow and expand a global network of others who want to do the same thing. And you're in business for yourself. You can be your own boss, but you're never in business by yourself. Together, we work to educate and to self-improve and to self-development, to improve the productivity of the networks that we build together regionally, nationally, and internationally. And so it's kind of like a franchise business, isn't it, really? But instead of building restaurants and burgers, like let's say McDonald's does, we build people instead of buildings. And we don't even have to make, ship, or handle the products. ASEA, the company, does all of that for you. And so in this way, you can make income like a franchise. You can expand like a franchise. In fact, you can make and expand even more than that, but without all of the risk and stress and certainly not the expenses. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. So for people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or even a legacy leaving income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, not just for themselves, but for others too, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions here, to be able to afford making your dreams, goals, and desires a reality, and those of others too. And ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leverage. So you receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person you refer to ASEA. And because you can tell as many people as you like, and because they can buy as much product as they like, and because you're attached to every single purchase every single time that they make, the residual income potential is unlimited. Now, on top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go around the world. And we all do this all the time naturally, right? We recommend good movies, TV series, restaurants, cafes, books, food, homewares, beauty products, health products, whatever it might be. It's natural that people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. It's word of mouth. And it's the oldest and still today, #1 most powerful, effective, most trusted, most listened to form of marketing in the world. And there's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. Now, ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets almost every single year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Now, residual income is very impressive, but more so, it is very, very important. Think about it like this. You have residual bills. Wouldn't it make more sense to have residual income to keep up with it? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65, not working because they want to, by the way, working because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. So what's going wrong? What's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to figure out that the other 81% seem to be missing? It's residual income. It's how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their precious time for money, labor-intensive or own activity job, otherwise known as active income. Look, sooner or later, the truth is you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. This may even be more concerning if you were thinking like I was when I first learned this. Well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. Now, this is a big problem. One of the biggest problems 81% of people get lost and trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, if you don't find a way to make money work with you at the least, if not for you, better yet, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, control of their security, control of their freedom. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it. For people who have dreams of a better life for themselves and others, a seer is a significant opportunity to have a significant impact in people's lives and to make a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with a seer. It's who we become and what we do. That is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. And you'll have a really great time meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of a seer. And it was demonstrated. Because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving a seer, those big drug companies offered a seer huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies also wanted a seer to shut down and to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus Norton and his son Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal with big drug companies, because Virtus and Tyler got to see people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then these people experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to put people before profits and get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't in good conscience sell out, and so that's why they didn't. Obviously, they said no to the payout and yes to the people. For Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play, their whole plan was just to project this to pharmaceutical companies and sell out to the highest bidder, but it had become more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from big drug companies, deciding to go the supplement route, deciding to go the health route, deciding against rather going the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated to me here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders here and their corporate team come from exceptionally experienced and very big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're very experienced in running very big, profitable, global companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, being a force for good in the world. And so you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers very easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. So if you just want to be happier and healthier and live younger, stronger, longer, we'd love to help you do that. Just become an ASEA customer. However, if you want more, if you have more in your heart, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, if you want to be able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle for you, for others, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, right? If you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, if someone's passed it on to you, you can and you will better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. Thank you, Dan, and thank you, Maria, for looking after us.
Thanks, Stevie. Yes, thanks,
Hey,
Maria.
thanks. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everybody that stayed, that come on to the presentation. And I really want to honor your time. But before we go, can I just say thank you so much, Stevie, for such a wonderful presentation, very clear and concise. And I love your passion for showing exactly what I see I can do, not just for your health, but also for your life and your financial well-being. I'd also like to say thank you to Dan. Dan, you're an amazing, look, we're all here on this, I'm sure, on this call can say thank you to you, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't be healthy, we wouldn't have the life that we have. We honor your time. Thank you so much, and have a good Panama afternoon and enjoy yourself. You're a fabulous time leader. And to everybody that stay behind, thank you so much. We honor your time. Thank you so much. We just need to go out there and have a fabulous Redox day, Redox Live, and let's go and change the world of many people around us. Talk to you soon, same time, same place.